let's see. I think you do need to pause that so it's not. Okay. All right. And and get a load of this one. Let me show you this one.
Oh, that one with the two kids?
Yeah. And I
with
think
their fingers in their mouths?
Uh-huh. And I think they're brother and sister too.
Oh.
I think. I could be wrong.
Parents? Somebody?
I have no idea. Hey, everybody! Hey, we got David and Kyushu. I saw that cool little Model A that you.
Okay, you gotta turn that off.
What?
Turn that off, please.
Turn what off? What?
Yourself.
This thing?
Yeah.
This? Shut that off?
Uh-huh.
I'm excited! Last week I was making it for the opening exhibition. Howdy, Carl Floyd. Hello, DW Low. Randy Wendell's on here. We got the new pond skipper. Hola. We got the Jim Stute. The Jim Stute.
Can you hand me the mouse?
Yep. I am capable of doing that. I've seen it done before. I've seen it done on TV.
Dog.
I've seen it done. I've seen it done. Boy, I tell you what, boys and girls, we have an living in exciting times right now. I tell you, boy, oh.
Do we?
Living in exciting times.
Well, from what?
Exciting times.
Well, you say that, but what does that even mean?
We were spreading gravel today.
Yeah.
Gravel being spread out far and
taking advantage
wide.
of some of that free labor hanging around.
Yeah. I'm going to show some of these cool things. We're going to go officially live in a little less than...
1 minute.
Uno
Maybe you should put your
minuto.
glasses on. They're on the desk.
Thank you, little helper.
No, the other desk.
Thank you, little
The
helper.
other desk.
Thank you, little helper.
Warmer.
Thank you, little helper.
Yeah.
Got my little helper with me. That looks cocky Waymead.
Are you cocky, Wayne? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I think I am. Why is it cocky Waymead? You notice that? How it's higher on this side than it's on that side?
Oh, I thought I was just elevating.
Does it?
Ah!
Wow. What? I guess you don't really notice it as much on the full screen.
Well, if you tilt your head this way, it looks like that. Well,
If you
it's
tilt,
the camera.
if you tilt your head a little bit,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try and do it right
You're
now.
it's gonna bug you all night.
Okay, but I'll blow. Something will blow up.
Hey.
You gotta go back up there. Scroll back up.
Okay. I'm trying.
Let's see.
Good evening. I see a Vern.
Which one do I need to adjust? Is it this one?
Probably.
Oh, and it's on a delay, so now I have to wait 8 seconds to find out if anything happened. And... okay, I think I made it worse.
You did make it worse.
See, this is why we should not have done it in the middle of the show.
I think that looks better.
What do you mean that looks better?
I'm looking at the one, the live one. Well, the other side's up too high now.
What'd you say?
I was kidding. I said the other side is up too high now.
I think that's actually pretty close now. Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and I am with the world's most dangerous Bessy. Boy, I tell you what, I am so excited about how the magic stuff is coming along. I am really happy with how it's all come together. So there are a couple dangling, low-hanging fruits.
Thank you, Vern.
Hi, Vern.
We both look great.
Oh, thank you. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? The Alpha and Omega of my technical know-how. So we printed off a copy of the new magic book for Pulp Alley, and then we sat and read through the whole thing as a Bessy's story time, where she is forced to sit and read through the entire book from beginning to end. And how many times do you think you do that on average on one of our little publications?
I block out the counts.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even remember how many times I've read this. I know it's been several, but I
3.
I don't.
You want going to go with 3 or 4?
We've been working on it so long that I don't know for sure.
Yeah, but I don't actually make you do a full read through early on. Like we don't start doing the full read throughs until fairly late in the process. And
I'd say 4.
Probably 4 times.
Yeah.
So normally wait until we're fairly long, getting close to the end, and she'll sit there and she'll read through the entire book from beginning to end, and I will sit there contemplating the void like this.
And then I'll say, wait, reread that. Or
yeah,
what happens more frequently, because he likes to do this in the evening and I'm not an evening person, he'll say, does it really say that, or does it say this?
She'll be reading it, and something won't sound quite right, and I'll say, does it
I don't remember what order it was, but I made it far fancier than his version.
Does it really say that? And then she has to go back and read it
I said
again.
it was single, and I said singular.
Yeah, I said, did I really? I didn't really say that. I didn't really type that. But it helps me, kind of visualize the rules, as she reads through them, word for word, almost verbatim at times.
I'm a creative.
And it helps me figure out, where things are working and where they're not working. So it's all part of the process.
I get pop quizzes sometimes.
It lets me then ask her what that means. Like, she'll read a section of the rules, and I'll ask her, well, what does that actually mean? And most of the time she gets it right. Oh, excuse me. But I'm really happy, and when you look at, I wish I had kept them, and maybe I have them somewhere. I wish I had kept all of the different versions of, like, the spell cards and stuff, because the spell cards have evolved significantly from the very beginning, and they've gone through several different versions. And I think the more we play, the more we kind of tighten that down and get a better feel for what do we want on the card. Early on, anyway, it's all part of the process to kind of figure out what we want.
It's his Roman Empire. Yeah, you're
at
right.
least once a day.
Do you think about the Roman Empire once a day?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, usually. I got a neon here.
Yeah, we do.
Makes so much of a difference. Agree, 100%. 100%. David Akayushu, I figured you were a contemplating the void person. Have you tried turning on? Okay. Okay. So, and then the next thing that we really kind of worked on were, I guess the last part of the process is arranging the pages in a way that makes sense and is helpful to the players. So, and there's always different opinions about how it should be arranged and all that sort of thing. And one of the things that I tried to do in this one is that I tried to make the things that I thought were going to be referenced the most, I tried to put those in good places that were very easy to get to. Mm-hmm. So in other words, when you get to like really page, it's called page 2 here, but it's really almost more like page 1. Gets right into spell casting. So really, before we go into explaining all of the rules and all in detail. It just kind of gives you a good summary as you get into, the spell casting. And then it goes into the enchantments, what makes enchantment spells different. So I felt like those were things that you're going to want to reference early, or you're going to want to reference maybe often as you get to playing. So I wanted those right up at the front. So you're going to have the basic rules for spellcasting and then the basic rules for enchantments, just bam, right there where they're quick and easy to flip to. Then you get into targets and ranges. It's just kind of drilling down on what does it mean when we say, that sort of a target. Like when we say you can target a marker, what does that mean? That gets into the miscasts and the vortexes. Who are spellcasters and how many spells do they get? What about spell books? How about selecting your spells? And then we get into the different branches of magic. And this was kind of evolved from our visit to Albuquerque and some of the feedback and the questions and thoughts that we got from players there, kind of talking through it. So I'm really happy with how it's arranged right now and organized. I think this feels really, really good. So there's a page that just kind of gives you an idea about, might spells and finesse spells and cunning spells. And then once you get to the
middle,
our midpoint in the book, and because this is going to be done as a saddle staple book, the midpoint in the book, if you just flop it open to the centerfold, that's going to be the finesse spells. That's going to be the 2 pages of finesse spells. If you go back this way, towards the front of the book, that's going to give you the 2 pages of might spells. And if you go back from the center, if you go back the other way, that's going to give you the cunning spells. So those pages were all specifically put in that spot where you could fold the book open to the centerfold there, and you could have that open. Now, honestly, I don't know how many folks that'll matter to, because I think a lot of folks are just going to have the cards. So the cards are just going to be as quick and easy to look at as it is to be in the book. But but for the folks that don't have the cards, there you have. Nice and easy to quick reference the spells as you get in there. Now, you go all the way past all of the spells, and then you get to the arcane abilities. So here's really how you turn a character into a spellcaster. So what does it mean to be a spellcaster?
What does it mean?
And how do I make a spellcaster? It basically comes down to 2 different abilities. There's an ability called innate talent, which means that you are a spellcaster, but you only have 1 spell. And you could pick that spell up, you could pick up that ability either by creating a character from scratch or learning that ability later on through experience. And the other basic way to become a spellcaster is called spellcraft, and that also gives you a number of spells equal to your level. So a level 4 character, you would get 4 different spells that you could go through and you could pick out. So that's pretty cool. But that ability also hinders your brawl and your shoot skill. So you're not going to be as good with punching and fighting most of the time. We have two pages of arcane abilities. They are from level 1, from level 2 up to level 4. There are no level 1 abilities because there are no level 1 spellcasters. And then you have just a lot of really cool abilities. And I think when you're making your spellcasters, that's really where you are going to have a lot of fun with going through and picking some of the cool abilities. An artificer that you can create your own magic items to use for a scenario and things like that. So lots of fun stuff. Also a page devoted to how about non-player casters. So if you have, and we are going to have non-player casters when we get into Tomb of the Serpent. So that's one of the things that the non-player casters will begin to appear as you're going through that campaign as well. So you'll get some magic on the other side of the table. Then we go into the arcane assets. These are basically magic items. And, you know, fun stuff. I guess we could kind of show some of this stuff. So here we have, do I have all my lights on? I feel really dark in here. Oh, okay. Anyway, we got the arcane focus. I really was thinking about this more as like a wand, but it could be whatever you wanted to, you know, imagine it to be. We got the Dryad Sprig, we got the Mark of Grendel, we got the Brazen Head, we got Sequoia's Pipe. So there's 9 of them in the basic rules, and that will be 9 of them also in the spell deck as well. And then you go over to the next page and you get the Arcane Associates, or as we like to call them, Associates Arcanum. And so here you can have like familiars. And I guess the thing about this is, and remember this when you're playing this, you should really think about the names don't mean a lot. In other words, like I have an ability here that says ferret as a familiar. But if you really liked that ability, but you wanted to imagine that it was not a ferret, but it was an owl or a goldfish, absolutely. Then make it a goldfish. It doesn't matter, right? The name is relatively meaningless. And the same way, like even if you had an associate that you really didn't think of it as a familiar, but you could still give them the familiar ability, and that means, one, perhaps they are a shapeshifter and they actually are changing into a familiar, or they have a familiar themselves that they lend out to you to help you out. Now, here's another important part that I want you guys to remember. If you pick one of these arcane associate abilities, it has to be linked to a specific spellcaster within your league. Now, you don't have to just take these abilities. You can also take abilities out of the basic book. So if you took an ability like supplies and then took a ferret as a familiar, well, if I had a level 3 spellcaster, if that was the only character I had in my league was a level 3 spellcaster, was the sidekick, well then that's who that ferret is linked to. It has to be linked to a spellcaster in that league. But the supplies ability says that it works with your leader character. So that rule is not changed. It's still the ferret's second ability still affects the leader of that league. It does not affect the spellcaster. So it's only the arcane associate abilities that are linked to the spellcaster. Everything else is played as normal. I don't want that to confuse people, and I feel like it might.
It felt confusing to me, but...
Because I'm blabbling. But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I take a normal ability that says that it works with my leader, then it still works with my leader. It does. It's not just because it doesn't switch over to the caster. Mm-hmm. So it does not change the rules of the normal associate abilities. Mm-hmm. All right. Have some optional settings if... What was that? Let's see.
Spell, not spells.
Okay. Optional magical sort of settings if you want to make magic more rare or less rare or things like that. So there's some different things that you could do if you want to use some optional settings. Lastly, it has some clarifying remarks in there. The last thing that it really has is it's going to have sample spellcasters in there and some sample of what the spell card is. So, lots of fun. Lots of fun. So, last thing I wanted to show you tonight. Are you guys excited about the magic? And what's exciting for me is because the process that I use to do this stuff, I quite literally am surprised as anybody else when we actually get to the point that I'm ready to release it. And we are like probably I could be within a couple days of saying it's done and going forward with it. So we are close until everything's buttoned down. It's not done though, right? Until everything's done, we don't say it's done, and we're not gonna release something until we're 100% happy with it. So we'll go from here. I wanted to show you these cool things though. I got some fun stuff from Things from the Basement. I don't know if you are familiar with these guys, but look them up. Well, I mean the fella, good old Jorg over there at Things from the Basement.
What'd you get?
Well, I got this little shoe shine stand. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, I have a 3D printed shoe shine stand, and these were actually things that I suggested to Jorg that I would like him to make, because I thought these were really cool items. So I'm so glad that he made them. There's the shoe shine stand, a news stand.
Ooh,
I've been wanting to do one of these forever. And I was looking at this and I was thinking, man, there is all kinds of different things that you could use a little building like this for. So
lots of places,
yeah, I was thinking about maybe ordering a second one just to have it for other stuff. Then we got a Whataburger. Look at that, babe. Whataburger.
So there's one that opened in our town, and the line was, I'm not exaggerating,
like a quarter mile. The line for the Whataburger was about a quarter mile.
It was almost all the way out past an entire thing of Lowe's parking. Like snaked around like a whole, almost as long as a Lowe's building. It was very long.
It was. I don't know when it opened, within the last few days or so. So
no longer than a week.
Yeah. So now we have a Whataburger in Perilous Island, Oklahoma.
We're very happy.
Yeah. So the nice thing about Jorg's stuff, and he does a lot of stuff, and it's good quality, very usable stuff, and well priced too. You know, you look at this for $5.50, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
$5.50. And you could look at this shoe shine stand and you could go, you know what, I could make that. That's something, I could just get me some balsa wood and I could cut that out and I could do that.
I just got
right?
balsa wood
Right?
out.
You could I could do that. That ain't nothing. I could do that. Well, of course you could. But could you do it for $5.50? What's your time worth? Right? Having the pieces already cut and ready to just glue together, man, that is a heck of a deal. Same thing with this. This isn't nothing that you couldn't scratch build. Heck yeah, go ahead, scratch build it. $8.50. I'll take him doing the cutting for me, and me just having to pop this out and go. That is a heck of a deal. You want a Whataburger franchise? Here's your chance. $16.50. $16.50 for a Whataburger and the benches. Are you kidding me? Sign me up for that. I think you get the benches. I could be wrong. And then you got a couple of billboards here for $13.50. A couple billboards. You got 2 billboards in there, and then you have this cool marketplace here. This was the expensive one, but I thought it was still worth it because of all the stuff that it comes with. $24.50. And you got a marketplace set with a bunch of crates and some wagons and a wheelbarrow and a bunch of stalls. So yeah. Go over and check out. And he doesn't. I'm only telling you this stuff because I think it's worth knowing.
And
I'm not getting a kickback.
To support them. That way we can
paid for this stuff. This isn't like
Does that make sense?
on the cuff. What's that, baby?
Well, we want other people to support them.
Right,
That
right.
way we can continue to support them and they don't
Right.
go to business.
Right.
That's what we need.
What's going on here?
I don't know why you're taking my chair.
Hi. Apparently you get 2 chairs.
I'll take all 5 if I need to.
Okay. Anyhow, there are a couple things left on the magic rules. We need to do a full rundown on how to use it in solo play.
Manny!
So that's one piece that we're still looking at. Having new material for Pulp Alley is always automatically there. Oh, well, thank you so much, Aussie Dog. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Randy, wait, I'm going to pick some of those up at Fall In this weekend. Very good. Randy, will tell them Pulp Alley sent you.
Don't mention our name.
Yeah, don't. Raven is known for her snuggling.
Okay, DW. I've had about enough of you. Enough.
Old downtown Dottie.
Mother.
Old downtown Dottie. Going down, Dottie. Going down, Dottie, they call her. Lots of fun stuff. We appreciate you guys. I think that's about all I have to go over tonight. Do you have anything for us tonight? Play us out of here, Bessy.
DW.
Is he starting a fight with you again?
I think he's gonna.
He wants to rumble. What
to go.
is Fall In? Sounds like a bunch of people hang out in a hole in the ground. Lots of fun stuff. Very cool.
All right. Bye, kids.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for playing with us tonight. Be sure to hit that like button, get subscribed to our. Be sure to join us on a live game on Sunday. Blah, blah, blah.